Hello, and here we are. I'm playing a Final Fantasy Tactics, the first one for the Game Boy Advanced. Here we are, and a kid is getting bullied, and just because this brute believes that he's going to lose and doesn't want to lose because he thinks winning's everything, which it's not. It's about having fun. That's why I'm not in sports. Because, well, I don't really have fun with sports. And here, it's not a live recording, by the way, because as you can see, I'm messing up. Yeah, I believe my character is actually a male, or it doesn't really say, but they make it look like it can be either sex. So let's name him Clever. Let's call him a him for now. If not, if it's just she, whatever. After all, my Bulbasaur that I'm taking character as turned out to be a mess up, and I became a female basically. But this is actually a really long intro, and right now I'll speed it up. When I first played, I got really confused because it asked if you need if you got that, and then it basically says, do you need us to like explain it again? And I pressed yes 3 times, confused as fuck, just to find out that the 2 questions were 2 different things, which were annoying. And as you can see, it's taking now we actually get to do something. And the kid in the back in the green shirt will be attacked multiple times, because as you know, bullies will be bullies, and they decide to be assholes. There goes the first kid to get throw. And there's just Colin. I got a good friend named Colin. He's not an asshole. This Colin, fuck him. There's this girl. I believe that's a girl. Being a bit birch. Yeah, I just made a tree joke, which was pretty horrible. And they seemed. Now it's asking me. The teacher asked me if I used to throwing and stuff, because apparently my character doesn't come from a place where it snows. There's Larsa, a teammate of ours. By the way, it's the green, pink, the character I just used, and the character, my character. It's for view 4. He goes in the back. In a way, we sort of confronted a wall. But I believe right now is fairly soon, at least, they're going to yep, Mewt. I'm not sure how they pronounce it really. They're just calling him a coward because he's apparently running to the back. And then we go into a different formation, which is very confusing. And as you can see, they're all throwing it at him. She tells him to stop, but they're not apparently breaking any rules, but they're purposely trying to beat this kid in a sense of way. No, it's messed up. They actually put a rock, and he's actually bleeding on his forehead. This kid, so far in the game at least, doesn't seem to be a bad kid at all. He actually seems to be a really nice kid, and he is the cause of, as you know, normal Final Fantasy games, of weird monsters and stuff, and I found that pretty cool. And I played the second mine's went blank. Final Fantasy Tactics, and I thought it was actually good, but they implemented 2 different ways, which was pretty cool. This one, you'll see in episode 2, actually. Sorry, but this intro is insanely long. When I was recording it, it was, I'm not even joking, 26 minutes. So, at one point, I will be cutting off. But yeah. And the kid says thank you because he stood up. And, well, sorry about this, but apparently I wasn't clicked on it. Then the girl calls them bullies. They ask my character what he's going to do, because he's going to buy a book, and my character has a little younger brother that's in the hospital, actually. It's quite sad, but something that the younger brother is born with. And the younger brother loves to read, and as the younger brother of clever me is Donald. And as a nice person as my character is, he invites the girl over too. Love interest maybe in the future? I don't know. We'll have to find out. I'll probably actually start reading the text fairly soon. This part fairly confused me. Because apparently, Mewt, the kid that was bullied, dad had messed up a couple of times during his job. Those two people said he'll cover, but still. And it just makes you wonder about him at all. Because apparently Mewt doesn't have a mom. And you'll fairly soon find out that my character doesn't have a dad. And I really need to stop saying because that is just awkward. But let's continue. The dad just goes off to talk to his son, asking what he's going to do, knowing that he's going to buy a book just to make sure. He tells the two friends, Clever and Ratz, us basically, to keep a good eye on him. Now, as my character goes off to home, Ratz actually tells Mewt a bit about my character, saying that my character doesn't have a dad, which is sad, but it sort of brings a bit of wonder what happened to the dad. What's wrong with the younger brother, what he has, and another question of what happened to Mewt's mom. And as my mom calls the kids up, I'm just talking to our younger brother that I have my friends over and that they brought a book. They brought a book that they can't seem to read because they think it's a bit weird. They're not sure if it's in English or if it's in Latin or if it's just a weird book with no title on it. Because not even the bookstore or person, and it's a used bookstore, by the way, so reselling old books, that he couldn't even say what it said or like the name, and neither can Donald or Clever. And here's a little cool intro type of thing of pictures, basically. Not exactly sure. I want to say that those are bangles. I'm not sure how to pronounce it correctly. There's, I want to say, a Numel. I know it starts with an N. Can't remember what they're called, that race. I know there's gonna be a Koopa shown. There's a Koopa. If you know Final Fantasy, you know Koopas are in each one way or another. I can't read these letters at all. Maybe they're in a different language. You might not be too far off. Look at the magic circle. Sorry, I think again I was wondering why can't I press the button? Maybe this is in Latin or something. And he just there spoke the magic words, and then they start talking about what if books they wish that could become alive or something like that. Like, you know what? Let's bring that as a question to you, viewers. What's your favorite book? And with that book, would you want to actually be in that world of how it is and stuff? Because as some of you might not know, that there is an actual manga series of Kingdom Hearts. I would pick that, even though it's sort of a loophole, seeing how it's a video game. It was probably a game first, seeing it, honestly, because I don't believe the manga series might be as long at all. And I thought it was really cool. And as the characters go off, because Clever will see them down, I wish I could use magic too. Donald has to take his shots, showing that he may be a mage or some kind upcoming at all. I'm not so sure. But I'll show this, because this cutscene is a showing of the transformation of the town they live in, and the fact is it's going through a change that people aren't necessarily gonna know, or at least it's a bit confusing of the transformation, if it's a parallel dimension that they're sent to, or the whole town unknowingly gets affected by the spell, but only those who were there are served the memory. And I believe Koopas are the no, malls are. It's a bit confusing why. You'll see in episode 2 fairly soon. But yeah. And as you can see, things are starting to change a lot. Abango, Numal, I can't remember the bunny girl. Makes me wonder, are there male bunny girls? Or male bunnies? People? And as Donald disappears, I float up magically and get get transported on top of a building and put into what seems to be soldier or a type of clothing. That is for now, and see you